So, quick intro, how are you guys doing today? Thanks for watching my video. I am Snowy Croquet, if you are new to my channel. I do a lot of smoking videos. Today I was having a little bit of a relapse. I really didn't want to smoke in the morning. It was just this really weird feeling, and I was like, maybe I'll just pass on cigarettes. And I went for about 3 or 4 hours, and I finally said, I'm just going to go out, walk down the street, get some wonderful cigs. And I did cave a little bit, as they say, or they said in that episode of Drake and Josh when they were both trying not to cave, and one caved to candy and one caved to video games. So I caved to, of course, Winston Reds, wonderful Winston Reds, naturally smooth red box. I actually ordered a gold box when I was at the gas station, and the lady just gave me reds, and I'm like, sure, I'll go with it. I don't care. I'm just like nice like that sometimes. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just go with one of those. Anyway, I'll give you guys a nice little surprise here. I'm going to read a few excerpts from one of my favorite Harry Potter books, The Deathly Hallows. This one, along with Prisoner of Azkaban, were probably my top 2 favorites of all, but a little bit of a nerd moment for me. But I'll just read some really random passages from Deathly Hallows while I'm enjoying my cigarette, while trying not to light this wonderful book on fire. I believe Deathly Hallows was released, the movie was released in about 2010, then part 2 in 2011 or 2012 or so. So the book was probably a few years before that. Anyway. I definitely don't know a lot of details about, the actual repercussions that will come from the cursed Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the movie that's coming out in 2020 or so. Sometimes they kind of trick us with the movie release date. I hope that the Cursed Child will be good, whether or not it does have Daniel Radcliffe in it. So anyway, I'll get started here and read some wonderful passages. Chapter 22. The end of Chapter 22. Good, eh? Said Ron happily. Brilliant, said Harry. It's so brave of them, sighed Hermione admiringly. If they were found. Well, they keep on the move, don't they? Said Ron. Like us. But did you hear what Fred said? Asked Harry excitedly. Now the broadcast was over, his thoughts turned again towards his all-consuming obsession. He's abroad. He's still looking for us. He's still looking for the wand. I knew it. Harry, come on, Hermione. Why are you so determined not to admit it? Harry, no! Demort's after the Elder Wand. And that, of course, was the scene in Chapter 22 when Harry was very willing to say Voldemort's name out loud, as brave as he was, daring as he was, to stand for what he believed in. Let's go a little bit further back towards the beginning of the book. Let's skip way back to Chapter 12. Harry Potter is indeed great history, British history, in literature. Chapter 12, Magic is Might, a random excerpt. But if my wife were accused of being a mudblood, said Yaxley, not that any woman I married would ever be mistaken for such filth, and the head of the Department of Magic Law Enforcement needed a job doing, I would make it my priority to do that, job Cattermole. Do you understand me? Yes, whispered Ron. Then attend to it, Cattermole. And if my office is not completely dry within an hour, your wife's blood status will be an even graver doubt than it is now. That was Chapter 12. I'm definitely assuming that it was the scene when Harry, Ron, and Hermione go in disguises and try to break into the Ministry of Magic. That was a great scene in the movie as well. Oh, I really need to read through these books more. We'll scope even further back. Sorry, we're going back in time. And I need my nicotine to help me read these parts. The text says, I open at the close, in Chapter 7. He had barely read them when the words vanished again. I open at the close. What's that supposed to mean? Hermione and Ron shook their heads, looking blank. I open at the close. At the close. I open at the close. But no matter how often they repeated the words with many different inflections, they were unable to wring any more meaning from them. That was probably the part when they were being given gifts by one of the ministers of magic. And I think there were quite a few ministers of magic throughout the whole series of the first seven books or so. But yeah, definitely. I'm just going to go ahead and recommend this one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. If you've never actually read the books, definitely go out there and endeavor to try to. Starting with the first one, of course, you got to read them in order for it to be at the fullest effect. So, but anyway, I'm going to finish my cigarette. Thank you for watching. I'm Snowy Croquet. Literature rules. Bye.